All right, middle school art students, this is Mr. Petter. I am here to basically follow up on Mr. Hoffman's video about how to use the Google Doc. So hopefully that was helpful. Just to review a little bit of what Mr. Hoffman talked about, make sure that you are finding that Google Doc wherever it is in your course. So for my course, it should be in the class resources, but it's also in the week by weeks, like towards the bottom. So here's my assignment. Here's the Google Doc. You're going to want to click this, and then you're going to want to make your own copy. Okay, so file, make a copy. One thing that you could do, so I'll put my initials, and then I'll put sketchbook assignment number 1, or you could put whatever the theme is for that week, however you want to do it. And then all you need to do is just simply select folder, and you can organize that however you want. Okay, so just like Mr. Hoffman said in his video. So I'm just going to click OK. I'm going to save one. One thing that you could do if you wanted to do this ahead of time, you could make 10, 12 copies of this template, and you could label it the theme that you have for the entire course. That's also if your sketchbook assignments are kind of laid out for the whole 12 weeks. But otherwise, you can just do this week by week. So here is my format here. In the above box, I'm going to insert my reference photo. So you simply click Insert, Image. You could do it from your Google Photos. Let me go back and show you this again. I kind of went quick. Image. And so you're basically clicking Insert an image. You can upload it from your Chromebook. You can upload it from your Google Drive. You can also upload it from Google Photos, or you could actually take the picture live right here. It's always better to take the picture from an iPhone or an Android or any sort of device that's able to take pictures. So let's just insert this picture of this dog right here. So I'm gonna insert the picture. That's my reference photo. And then what I would do is after you take the picture with your cell phone or your tablet or even your Chromebook, I will say that the Chromebook's picture quality is going to be a lot less. It's not going to be very good quality because the resolution on the Chromebooks, as far as the camera goes, usually it just doesn't turn out very clear. So if you do have another option, I would recommend choosing that. But otherwise, you just want to make sure that you get your sketch, and you're going to insert it the exact same way. So you're going to click Insert, Image, and then wherever you have your image, I believe Mr. Hoffman talked about saving your image to Google Drive. You would simply click Google Drive, and over on this right-hand side, it's going to pull up probably some of your most recent pictures. I believe if you scroll, yeah, so right here it says recent. Okay, so as long as it says recent there, it should pull up your most recent, but you can also search through all your folders in your Google Drive. All right, so for the sake of this, I'm going to leave this empty just because I don't have a sketch that I've personally done. I actually did do a painting of this dog, but I'm just going to leave that out. Grade your own sketch based on your 30 minutes. So what do you think you got out of 30? All right, if you spent the amount of time required and you think you did a really nice job and met all the criteria in your sketchbook rubric, then you could give yourself a 30 out of 30. If you truly believe that you put forth 100% effort for that amount of time, go ahead and put a 30 out of 30. If you take a look at your sketch and you realize, I probably could have taken a little bit more time shading that, or I could have done this. My proportion's a little bit off, so that's something that I need to work on. Then maybe you give yourself a 28. Or if it's just like a couple minor things, maybe it's like one little thing that you wish you could have done differently, you could give yourself a 29. All right, if you give yourself a 15, that's fine, but typically what we would recommend is that you go back and redo the assignment. Just like we talked about during the syllabus, even if it's late, okay, let's say it's Friday and you realize, oh shoot, I need to do that sketch still. So you do it in 10 minutes, which is 1/3 of the amount of time that you're supposed to do on it, you're probably going to get a 10 out of 30, which is not going to help your grade at all. One thing that I would recommend is I would really recommend taking advantage of the point system that we have put in place in our syllabus. So if you turn it in a day late, so if you turn it in Monday or Tuesday, you're going to get a 28 or a 29 out of 30, as long as you put forth that effort for the amount of time asked of you. Okay, so that's one little recommendation. Now, what you're going to do is when you're done, this you already have this Google Doc saved in one of your folders in your Google Drive. So I'm going to go back to my Polaris course. Notice I'm already in the week of the 24th to the 28th because that's the time that we're looking at currently. So you'll notice that you have your week at a glance. It's going to tell you what's due. It's going to tell you when things are due. Part of this week at a glance is actually going to have you watch this video that I'm creating right now, and it's going to show you how to upload it to your assignment. Okay, so you're going to click Sketchbook assignment number 1, and here's what it's going to look like. All right, it should show you what the assignment was. Okay, the amount of time that's expected. For 8th grade, it's 60 minutes. That could be different for 7th grade. Just remember that this is coming from Mr. Petter, so it's in 8th grade. This is my 8th grade folder. This is our sketchbook rubric. So you'll notice the 3 criteria below here. They're all equal points. So it's 10 points for each criteria, adding up to 30 total. Again, Mr. Hoffman could be making this point total a little bit different depending on the situation. So what you would do from here, and this is where I'm going to have to basically just talk to you for a second. There is going to be a submit assignment button on the right. So you would click the submit assignment button. And when you click that button, it's going to pull up a little box that is basically asking you to insert your assignment. Okay. Now at the top of that little box, there's 3 tabs. What you want to do is you want to click the resource tab. Now, if you remember in the past, we would always tell you do not click the resource tab. That was because we were uploading our files in a different format. So now that we're actually using a Google Doc, so this Google Doc to submit for each assignment, we actually want you to click resources because that's going to let us pull up and interact with your Google Doc. All right, so you want to click resources, and then you're going to go to your Google Drive, and you are going to upload whatever it is you titled up here in the top left. You could almost copy and paste it if that'd be easier for you. But you're going to type this into the Google Drive section when you upload it. You're going to select that Google Doc, and then you're going to click submit. Okay, now there may be a couple of situations as we work our way through this 12 weeks. Remember, this is new to us, just like it's new to you. So if you notice that we have maybe a different type of assignment that's due, it could be turned in with this same format. I mean, we'll obviously tell you at that time, but it could be turned in with this format. The only difference is we might actually ask you to leave a comment. When you select your Google Doc, we might also ask you to leave a comment, kind of leaving us your artist statement. So that would be a situation where the product or the project is probably going to be a product grade. It could be something that took a little bit longer. And a part of this rubric, you would notice it would say artist statement. And that is basically where you're going to reflect on your artwork using the elements of art, and for 8th grade, the principles of design. Okay, so for the sake of the sketchbook assignment, for my 8th grade class, you do not need an artist statement. Mr. Hoffman may ask differently, but it'll be in the instructions either way. And once you have that submitted, then you are good for that particular assignment. All right. If you have any questions at all about how to upload a project for my class, and I believe Mr. Hoffman's may be set up the same way, email is always probably the easiest way to communicate. But for 8th grade, there is a who has a question discussion. and you could ask a specific question related to how to upload your artwork. All right, so again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email Mr. Hoffman if you're in 7th grade, Mr. Petter if you're in 8th grade, and we look forward to seeing what you guys can do. Thanks.